Hey everyone, it's Aaron with Crypto Trends. Today, April 23rd, 2019. Bitcoin, BTC, can it hold? Yes, going to be taking a look at that using some Wyckoff volume spread analysis, VSA. We're going to take a look to see where it's going. We might also have time to take a look at a few other alts, so we'll see. Also, I have an update on remote viewing. So yeah, I got some more hits and we'll cover that. So it's pretty interesting video. Please keep in mind that this is not financial advice, just my opinion. So let's get to it. Let's go do the remote viewing thing first, and so we can get that out of the way, okay? Let me make sure I'm viewing. Yay, I'm viewing. Okay. Alrighty, so a while back I did a video on stuff that I did in a video way back in February of 2018. And so this stuff is like a year old, right? But what I did is I basically broke it out, put it on a spreadsheet here, and so I can add up the little things that I got hit, so I can track my percentage of accuracy. And that was, I don't know, about a month ago I did that, maybe 2 months now. Time is really flying, you know, it's like I'm on Bitcoin time. But so I was at 62%, about almost 63%. And then I got 2 more hits recently. And let me go ahead and blow this up so you guys can see. I'll just do this and zoom, and let's go here. Okay, that's a little bit better. You guys should be able to see that. There, et voila. Okay, so the first one that I got a hit was this credit card sized smart chip hard wallet from VeChain. Yeah, so just a small little wallet like a Trezor or something like that. Small, right? And VeChain was actually going to make it. I'll be darned. Well, this hit. This was confirmed in their in their summit. They said it's not VeChain, but actually DNVGL, which is basically, I mean, one and the same, right? So there you go. And then VeChain is also working on a key with a little thumbprint on it. So you can take a look at that, replay their summit and see and look for that. But I'm going to change that to a 1. And I'm going to make that a green for a hit. Yay. Look, different color green, huh? Close enough. Okay, so another hit. This was from recent news yesterday about the IMF, where they're thinking about, you know, talking about the negative interest rates and all that and just pushing them out. So what I had in my video, and there's a link below, it says like, you know, must watch future of Bitcoin, okay? It goes over this stuff, and it's all from remote viewing way back, okay? This is old stuff, but it's like coming true. It's totally amazing. But anyway, this one here, banks charge high fees and have negative interest rates for fiat accounts. Whammo, bammo. So that is definitely a 1. We can all see that that is definitely going to be a happening thing, unfortunately. But what is that going to do? It's going to force people into cryptos, right? It's going to force them into cryptos. So that has now raised my accuracy to 70.37%. Yay! So I have 19 out of 27. And then I have a lot of these are future stuff. Like media trends will move from attack to more of information and education. That's a trend that's going to be coming. What else? Just to give you an example. Banks will use BTC for transaction settlements between the BRICS countries. BRICS, like Russia, Brazil, India, China. Yeah, so there we go. So yeah, so that's awesome. I'm going to go ahead and save that. Thought that was cool. So that's updated. And we'll see where that goes. So moving on, let's go take a look at Bitcoin. We'll go take a look at it over on, let's see, good old Binance here. It's up 2.72%. Let me expand that out, if it will. Okay, good. All right, so here's my old chart that people have seen. A lot of stuff. This is using Wyckoff and markup and stuff like that. And it got above here in this up thrust, and it is above my little box, which is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Okay, so we've seen that before, and let's go ahead and really take a look at this trend right here from this bump up that we just had recently. And keep in mind, this is on the 1 hour chart that I'm showing. So let's go over. This is on BTC USD, and it is on Bitstamp. Okay, it is on logarithmic scale, and this is 15-minute interval. All right, and yeah, I am going to get a subscription. Don't worry, guys. Okay, so let's scroll out. So let's go here to the 1 hour. So it's like the other chart, so you can see. Okay, so this is what's going on. It's just nice uptrend, right? Nice uptrend. And then we had some activity of late. Let me kill that line. We'll get to that later. All right, so we had some activity of late, and we had this huge upthrust here. This huge wicked candle. And what I usually do on stuff like this is I go and I look. I just kind of like scan the bottom. And yeah, I have my volume broken out into a different panel. You see that, guys? Very helpful if you're looking at volumes and stuff. Otherwise, it's squinched on down, and it's a real pain. So I have the volume indicator, and this is like the only indicator I use, really. So I have it squinched on down, and if we go back, yeah, we had this huge buy here, but the next one was obviously the one that we just recently had. So what I do normally is I look for, you know, the big wicks, the big volumes. And then what I do is it's like, okay, fine, I draw a line at the top. And that's about right. And then I draw a line at the bottom of that particular wick. Okay, and that pretty much defines a trading range for the most part. And then just taking a look, let's go over to the 15-minute. We'll scroll on out and see how that fits. See? Alright, nice little trading range. Notice that this is going up towards the upper bounds. So it's like did a test, and it looks like it's going up for another test. Yay. This is on 15-minute. We're scrolling in, and let's take a look at the volume. And I like the bars when I'm doing this stuff, guys. It makes it easier when you're doing volume analysis. For me, the bars are easier. It might look funky to you, but it's good to be able to read them. And to go over that real quick, on the left side we have the entry point with a little line. We have the full spread here, and then we have the on the right side we have the exit. So that would be the closing, right? The closing amount. And what you can do is just kind of follow this down. You see that it went down, and then it had to come up to hit that, then it moved on over. And then it went down, then it went up, and then it had to come down a bit because that's where it exited. You see that? Okay, you guys get the idea. Anyway, what we're looking for is we're trying to define lower and higher areas. So this would be a lower area right here, and it has a pretty large, has high volume. It has relative to the others in that area, it has pretty high volume, and it's on the lower area, and it has teeny tiny price spread right here, the difference between the entry and the exit spread, but it has big volatility here. Okay, so it actually has big spread. And what that is, when all those things. You have a lower area, you have a general overall increase, right? That's your general trend. Okay, so all those TA guys out there, yay, he drew a line. So it doesn't have to be exact, it's just a trend. I could like put it up here. Okay, I'm not measuring these things, it's just saying, okay, that's kind of like the trend, right? It's going up, just to tell me if it's going up or down. And so we have a general overall trend that's affecting this region. Okay, it's affecting this region. We have high volume. We have we have a you know, high spread and stuff like that. So what that is like that's bearish. Excuse me, that's bullish. That's a bullish sign, and that's what happens. It goes up, you know, when it's bullish. Okay, so we're just looking at this. Let me get my drawing tool out here. We're just looking at this one little area here. So we say, okay, well, those are indicators. It does hit, 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 hit. And let me get up my little cheat sheet here. Yeah, so yeah, that's a bullish sign right there. And the bullishness usually happens, or strength. Let's call it strength, okay? Strength usually happens on the low bars. And then the upper bars, usually we get weakness. Okay? So right now we're heading up, and the volume isn't decreasing. So that's actually, I mean, it's just kind of staying moderate as it's heading up. So that's, to me, a continuation of whichever way it's going. So right now it's going this way. Okay? So we'll look for it to continue going that way. Yeah, and it could, you know, meander a bit, of course. But overall, we're looking for it to go up that way, pretty much that angle, until it hits this area, this upper region here. Right in here. Okay? It's getting pretty close to that. So what I'm looking, well, I made that too large. Let me go ahead and do a little box. I like doing boxes. Okay, so we're gonna go, and I'll show you what I'm doing. Drawing a little box to cover this guy right here. I'm looking at this high volume guy right here. There. And then I'm going to move him over here and actually up to the top of that trading range. And so when it hits up in there, if it hits up in there, then, you know, we'll see what happens next. Is it going to get rejected or not? But what we do is, if when it goes way up, what we're looking for more strength then would be more increase in volume. But we can kind of tell, if we're looking down low, we can see that, okay, there was a lot of volume here. Let me switch back to the candles for you guys. That there was a lot of volume here. You see the wicks, big long wick, and there was a lot of pressure to push it up. Okay, and so what that is that there was a lot of interest to buy down here and not that many sellers. Wham, so it went up. And then you can see here another candle of about the same height, right, with about half of the volume. So it took half of the effort to push it up the same amount. That's a big deal. That is very, very, very bullish to me, because what that means is that there's not a lot of supply. The CO, the composite operator, the composite man, he has a pretty good handle on the coins, and there's not a lot of sell pressure pushing it way down. This is actually, let me go back to my little drawing tool. This one right here is actually a little shakeout, because people would see this and they could be shorting or whatever, and then they'd be putting in their stops, right? So this thing would shoot down and clear out the order book for those. And lo and behold, what happens when they do that? They have to cover. Whammo. Cover spike right there. Yay. And yes, they do go and hunt. They hunt for the pools, because what they want to do is they want to liquidate. They want to liquidate your stop. Okay? They want to liquidate your stop, because what happens? Your coins get sold and they buy them, right? They can buy them when they liquidate your stop. Let me get some coffee. And that's a real important thing, and that is an indication that the CO is still looking to purchase coins. Yay. And this can be applied to stocks. It could be applied to lots of things, okay? This is general charting information, but it's way down. Did a little mini shakeout here, a little miniature shakeout, and whammo, it's on its way back up. So what I'm expecting is a test in this upper range. Let me go ahead and get this auto off. And this is on 15 minutes, okay? So yeah, I'm expecting a test in the upper range. Do I think that it's going to blow above it? I just changed the time frame to 3 minute. Sometimes even go down to 1 minute on this stuff. Let's go down to 1 minute. Okay, so yeah, lo and behold, it's heading. Well, let me put on the there you go. And then can I adjust that? Okay. Let me just decrease the volume here. Okay, so there's that V pattern. You know, a lot of people are excited about on patterns and stuff like that. Patterns to me by themselves don't mean much. Okay, they have to be used in combination with volume. Just as volume alone does not mean much. It needs to be used in combination with the price, and then the spread. That's how I do things. So that's important. They're interrelated. These are like the only two, the price shown, the spread, the volume here. Those are the only things that are like actually live. Okay, everything else is old data based on those. All right, so where's this thing going? Where is this thing going? Well, you can just look at that. Where do you think it's going? I mean, oh, here's a pattern people look for. Double bottom, okay, but this thing's going up. We have a nice, in the volume here, we have a nice spike here. Let me blow this bad boy up. Huge spike, so we're looking for spikes. Keep in mind this is on the 1 minute, and we have very, very, very low volume. No, excuse me, low spread, and it's in an upper area, so that's like bullish. Yeah, and its general overall pattern is it's within an uptrend. Okay, so that should make it like pretty easy. Plus another more of a macro, well, not quite a macro because we're still in pretty close, is that if you notice the decreasing slope of the volumes. That is really, really cool. But why? Because we have an uptrend with decreasing volumes that are going to be decreasing. Like down in here, this is like they're getting small. Okay, so yeah, I'm looking for this thing to definitely hit this box. Can it go above? Well, let's kind of go back and see how much strength is in the market here. That's a pretty strong buy. So if we go out, let's go out to the 15 minute. Let me put auto on. Okay, so yeah, there's that big candle there. We're on an uptrend. Whammo bammo. Yeah, that should I'm gonna put it up here about a third into it. I think it's going to do another test up here, and then we'll see. Why do we just see? Well, because it depends on the volume and the reaction of the market. It's because the market is dynamic, and so we really have to look at the volumes and to tell where it's going to go. But we have this one candle here, a nice, the second largest candle, and it's a green on a low, so that's going to push this up. And so we'll see if it actually can push it up right here. And that one turned red, but we're having some more higher volume here, and so it's pushing it up. So there's interest in the buys. So that's bullish, right? Okay. And that's about it. So there we go. So let me scroll on out so you guys can see. Let me get rid of this. And that's a brief, I mean, it's not a full introduction to SPA, to, VSA, by any means. Okay? I mean, there's a whole bunch. I'm preparing videos on them for you guys on how to look and how to measure different things and how to put boxes and stuff like that, so you guys can do it on your own. But yeah, how's that look to you? I'm actually going to extend that out a bit time-wise, because time is iffy. So the question is, can it punch through this kind of like resistance layer right here? And looking at the volume, it's increasing. Yeah, you know, looks like it has a good chance. And because this wick here is really bullish, that's why. All right, so yeah, that's it for Bitcoin. So we'll see where it goes. Best of luck to everyone. Don't bank on this, okay? I've been wrong so many times, okay? Follow your gut, follow your instinct, all that good stuff. I'm just giving you my ideas and opinions and stuff like that, and just giving you a little bit of introduction to VSA. And this is like Ted Williams. If you want to look into VSA, check out Ted Williams. Okay. Even for anything, to get a better grip on what's actually happening, check out Ted Williams. All right, do your research. You will. You can thank me later on that one. Okay, so what's going on with the other stuff? Let me go see if people are on the chat. Say hi. Yeah, a few people. Hey, Leonard. Hey, Kibby. And then Edgar finally caught a live stream. Hey, Edgar. And there's Dances. Hey, Dances. How's it going? Okay. Yeah, not a lot of people watching the live stream right now, and that's A-okay. I'm just doing this because it's like fun. All right, so we have, let's go take a look at ETH. Yeah, USD. T. Plenix. Okay, so Ether. Blow that bad boy up. Okay, Ether's a little bit different story now. Now down here at the low, we actually had a huge buy. And there wasn't, I mean, this is minuscule price action on these things. Minuscule. Let me go back to the candles for you guys. Nothing, right? Minuscule. This is on 3 minutes, and this is Ether. You know what's going on? Where are all the trades? Anyway, minuscule, but there's a huge buy, okay, on that little tiny green guy. And it's in, it's actually the general slope of this thing. Let's go 15-minute just to get the localized slope. Localized slope of this guy, yeah, overall, Ether looks kind of flat. Doesn't look like Bitcoin. Pretty flat. Okay, so that really doesn't give us any information other than the thing can go whichever way it wants, right? The more of a micro is, yeah, it's heading down, but you know, what do we do? So we have this one candle here, which is a huge volume, so that's what we look for, but it's a red, and that's bearish to me, because what that means is that there's a lot of interest in sellers out there. There's a lot of interest in sellers. We have increasing volume here on the greens that shows that it takes more and more effort to push it up. Okay, that means there's a lot of sell pressure. So Ether, instead of having a nice little box up at the top, well, we can actually do a little let's see, what can we do here? Let's go ahead and draw this. We'll use this as the trading bounds. We take this big wick, and then we can actually use that. Let me just copy, Control C, Control V, and then bring it up to the top of the wick, and that's pretty much the trading bounds. And yeah, so it's kind of trading pretty much in between here. It failed. It did a test. Lots of sell volume. There's a lot of people interested in still selling Ether. Bunch of buys, but that's expected right there, and then it dumps. So up in here is where they're actually unloading the coins, unloading some of their bags because they bought them down in here. Retail investors buying, that's on 15-minute. Yeah, let's go to 5 because there's so little volume. Yeah, so there's like big volume right here. It's heading up, but that's kind of like in the middle section. Let's go to the 3-minute. See, where is this thing going? Put the bars on. So we're looking at the volume there. Volume there is hardly anything. Volume there is really low spread. That's a sign of weakness right there. SOW, sign of weakness. So, what I would do then? Probably looking to do another test right around in this range. So I usually place the boxes. I either place it straight on them like that, or a third, because that's pretty close to that 6-8. It's pretty close. Okay, so you just kind of guesstimate. You don't have to be super exact. Okay, and then for the micro trend, yeah, it's going down, but then we had a reversal here. That's what this big green volume spike did. It stopped the selling. See this green one here? It stopped the selling. That one little guy. It stopped the selling, slowed it down. They put on the brakes. They still sold more, and then it turned around. Yeah. But yeah, that's a sign of weakness. So yeah, I'm looking for it to come down here and retest. So we'll see what happens with that. And keep in mind, this is like really short time period, right? Go to the 45-minute, it's just like, oh yeah, so what? Yeah, there's my little, the scale on this changes sometimes. There. Alright, so that's Ether. Okay. Whoop-de-doo. Looks kind of weak, man. Looks kind of weak. Just getting, and keep in mind, it's in this larger trading volume here, this trading range, and it's in the center, so it looks like it could also be wanting to come down and whoops, wanted this guy here. Looks like it also wants to come down and do a test right around in this area. So you see that? See how it did a test on this yellow line here? Yeah. See if that looks about right. So that's the time. Let me get the distance here. Yeah, so I wanted it pretty close to the top of this V way over in here. Okay, so yeah, that's ether. So we'll see where it goes. Okay, and then the scale gets screwed up again. We'll just there. Okay, there. All right, so we'll see what happens, right? Yay. Could be wrong. Keep in mind, just my opinion. All right, so that's that. And that's about it, guys. So, if you like this video, we looked over BTC, looks bullish. Ether looks bearish. Yay. We'll see what happens. Also, keep in mind, though, that the general uptrend for this guy, I mean, the general trend is up, right? So, if it comes down here, it's just going to do a test. And means if it comes down here, just a test, you know, do something like that, okay? We'll see. Let me kill that. All right, so just going to go over to the chat, say hi to some more people, and otherwise, if you're bailing, you know, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, get notified of when I drop these videos live, so you can catch me live. Yeah. All right, let's go look at some more people. Say hi to the people. Yeah, Edgar finally caught a live stream. Yay. Okay, he says, Edgar says, we're going to test 6K, then dump. Yeah, we could. Let's go back to BTC. And I think I was using Bitstamp on that bad boy. Now get out of there. 6K. 6K is right up here. Close enough. Decrease that. I mean, we could. Yeah, I mean, look how small that area was that we're looking at. It's almost ridiculous, right? Yeah, we could just kind of continue this general trend up here like this. I'm gonna go on the bottoms. So yeah, we could go, you know, that general uptrend like that and keep going. We don't have to dump. It depends on the volume. It depends on the volume. If there's more people willing to purchase up here, absolutely. Okay? Absolutely. If there's more people that are willing to purchase up in this area, you bet. And keep in mind, if we pass this area right in here, this 5650, and we stay above that, that's where actually that little green box is at, the top of that bad boy. 5650. I'll be darned. How did I get that place there? Amazing. If we get past that, what's above that? Nothing except the 6. Well, that's 62, but there's really nothing above that until, you know, 62, 63. So we'll see what happens. So that's 6. So I think it's going to blow through 6 and come about up to this area right there. So that will be like the magic number, I think. And can we blow through it? Yeah, we could. We probably aren't going to go straight up for it. Probably look for something like, you know, another dip or something like that, and then meander around. We can get there in various ways. I do think we're going to get there. It's just how we get there. Because we could, you know, we could go like that, and then we could have one of these bad boys, and then start going off of this line. Okay? I don't think we're going to do that, because I think Fidelity, they're going to bring on their second tier customers here pretty soon, and they want to get the price up to around 6 or a little bit above within that time frame. So the time frame to get up to 6 really depends on them. We really don't have any control over that per se. I think they're pretty much getting the coins that they want, and they're still going to get more, but we'll see. And can it dump? Yeah, it can. I mean, it's the market, right? But I actually think in this, just going off of this data that I'm looking at, it's just going to keep going up. Okay? It's just going to keep going up. Yeah. Thanks for the question. Sorry to give you such bullish news, but, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. This is all a game. This is a pretty long, it's called a campaign. It's a campaign. It's a long time period campaign that started back in 2015, okay? It's not just this area here that's in the campaign. Yeah, I don't think they're done accumulating, man. MMs aren't done. Oh, excuse me. You said MMs aren't done accumulating under 5K. This whole thing right here is this whole uptrend is reaccumulation. They accumulated down here. They're picking more up in this area, and they're driving the price up to 6. They want to see how high they can bring it up, because that's where they want to sell their coins. They want to sell their coins that they purchased here and other places. They want to sell them up at a decent profit, and then they want to play the game again. But just to go up to 6, that's not enough profit margin for them, because they're just right down here. That's not enough. They're going to want a bigger return for all the effort that they're putting in and the money that they risked. So we'll see. You know, we'll see. Edgar says he's been stacking sats. Righto. Fibs, any type of fibs, I don't pay attention to them. As I said, the only indicators I pretty much use are volume and the price action, the spreads and the analysis like that, and then also with that it's Wyckoff stuff. So when I draw lines and stuff on here, well, the only reason I draw lines is to see what the public, the retail traders are doing, and where they think it's going to go. Like you said, you think it's going to go up here, then dump. So what could happen then in a very short time period would be one of these. Okay, where it says, oh, okay, well, let's dump it for them, freak everybody out, and then buy it right back up. And then they bought all their coins, and so they're happy because they want coins. Because the more coins they have, the more supply they have, which means the greater they can force the price up with the least amount of effort. Okay? So that very well could happen, but a lot of people are going to get screwed. Oh man, that's except for the strong hands. Except for the strong hands. I just hope they don't screw around and try to give us the finger anymore. It's like, I'm sure they thought that was funny, but it just shows you the control that they have. They actually tried to draw the hands, and they've given you a clue here. It's pointing up. They're being nice. You guys see that? That's how much control these guys have over the market. You might as well not even play. Do you understand that? This is a joke, guys, right here. I mean, come on. You think that indicators and all this that has any is there any how would you chart that? How would you chart? Oh, they're going to draw a hand. That's a new hand pattern. Very rare. Guys, they are in complete control. Sooner you realize that, the better. Stack your stats, and hopefully you make money along with them, not against them. Oh, and then Digibyte was looking pretty good yesterday. Let's go take a look at it. DGB, USDT. Oh, garbage. I have that thing on. Yeah, there's the one I was looking at. I bring Mr. Volume up. Yeah, that's actually not looking bad. We get it's in a lower area, low volume. Yeah, lower area. The one before it, actually one before it kicked it off. Yeah, this looks, I'm still heading towards this box up here. So Digibyte still looks good, man. We'll see. Looks like it's trying to do a test and basically just bouncing up and down in between this channel. Okay, so we'll see. See this dotted line right here? Looks like it's going to come up and try to do a test on that dotted line, and whether or not, if it passes that, we'll see. I mean, it just depends. It's driven by the volume. This candle here, this wick right here is bearish, though. Keep that in mind. It's bearish. It's way up here at the top, and it's huge. Oh, excuse me, that's a green. Yeah, never mind. But yeah, this looks bullish to me right now. So we'll see what happens. And then for those that like patterns, W. Yeah. All right, DGB. Do your research on DGB. Okay, and VeChain, guys. Yeah, don't forget about VeChain. There you go on the candles. Yeah, this is it's versus ETH on the daily. It's just up here in the upper trading range, just doing tests that bounced off right there at the bottom. So that's a pretty good sign. It's in the lower area. It's a green. Had pretty good volume up here. Yeah, so it's just doing its thing. Anyway, that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and like, subscribe, get notified, and I'll catch you on the next video. Catch you later. Bye.